Derry.
Get off the runway, you dirty knot.
Legend fucking Derry. You talk about none other than Kristina Chanel International. Legend. Graceful. Performance. She's feminine. She's got. She's feminine.
You know what? This is what I was waiting for. This is why I came all the way back to New York. Cause I know this shit is gonna get me what the fuck I want. That legendary. Tick that, 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 oh, tick that, tick that, tick that, out, too. Tick that, tick that, tick that, oh, tick that, tick that, tick that, out, tick that, tick that, tick that, oh, love it, what do? Tick that, tick that, tick that, out, tick that, tick that, tick that, oh.
Hi, Kristina. Firstly,
Hi.
how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I just want to say I'm so excited.
Me too.
Doing this because you are an icon, you are a pioneer, and I do feel like so privileged and so honored to share this platform with you. And I'm really excited about what conversations we're going to have and what topics are going to be brought up, because I think this is going to be a great history lesson, not just about ballroom, but also the history of Kristina Richards. So again, thank you so much for doing this.
Welcome.
And I just want to sort of start with, because I remember watching an interview you did with Luna, and this was like back in 2010. And I think you started off that interview and you were speaking about how you jumped on a train when you were young, and then you found Leah, and then you were like, I want to be like that, I want to be like that. And then Leah took you under the wing. But yes. I want to go a bit before that, just to sort of talk about the moments that led up to you getting on that train, going under Leah's wing. Like, what was Kristina like at that young age before she even found Leah?
I had a hard life. My parents didn't accept me the way I was. I had a hard life living as a woman at home. So I ran away at 13. I started thinking, dressing up. And I ran away on train, 6 train, to Union Square. Walked to the west side and found Leah.
And like, and what was it like, just like when you got off that train? Like, how old were you, and what was it like being
13. It was exciting to see this tall woman, just sexy, prostituting, looking beautiful. And said, wait a minute, something different about these ladies. Your voice was a little too deep. So I asked questions. And again, she was being street area. Leah, I saw Leah, she was beautiful. She was bogan. I started making magic. So then I came up to her and said, hey, I want to know how to do that. Sit in the area. I would be like you. You're too young. I said, I have no place to go. He said, I take care of my wing, but you have to listen. You work these streets, you're too young. I take care of you. She's my mother. My first home shot.
And how old was Leah then? I'm guessing like 20s, 30s?
30, late 20s, 30.
And so was she like the only one, like, so when you got off and then you saw all these beautiful ladies, was she the only one in that space that was like, look, I have my reservations, but I'll take you under my wing? Were the other girls paying you no mind?
You pay me no mind, but she's the only one. I harassed her all night. I prevent her from working.
And so when she was like, okay, I'll take you under my wing, but you have to follow my rules, like, was it she just took you into her home that night? What was that experience like?
Home. Home. Yes. I met her mother and everything. Yeah. Home was nice. I saw her bedroom. She had her bed. The rules are simple, you know. Stay in school, which I did. And stay out of trouble, which I did. Simple. and take my hormone, which I did. And Vogue, which I did.
And I guess like my question is like, what did it mean for you to like, what did it mean to be under Leah's wing? Like out of all the girls that were in Ballroom, what was it about being under Leah?
It's my best shot. I got a picture. She's an icon. She's already an icon in ballroom scene. She's already a legend in the ballroom scene. She had accolades already. I'd be the best Vogue at the time, at the moment. Beat the Queens and the Femme Queens. At the Lenses Ball in the 80s. The first between Femme Queen category they had together, open to all, over between the Femme Queens, Vogue, she beat them both. She had the grandpa trophy for that category that night. So I had the best Vogue in the whole scene.
Kristina and Miss Leah, tsunami mommy times, tsunami times, tsunami mommy times, times, tsunami mommy push, tsunami mommy push, tsunami mommy push, times,
So of course.
So when people saw that like Leah taking you under their wing, like how did people react to that? Were they just like, who's this kid you brought along? Like,
yeah, they were. What's such about her? You find out soon enough. And they did.
And so you mentioned like Leah taught you how to Vogue because like when you first saw her, you were like, I want to be like that. I want to do that. Can you teach?
Yeah.
Tell us a bit more about like her teaching you voguing. Like, did you pick it up quickly? What was it like?
I picked it quick. I'm a dancer naturally. So I picked it quick. I get to express myself. Emoting, oh. The hands, the precision, the lines, I learn quickly. Making shapes with my hands. I learn quickly.
And what was sort of voguing? What was voguing like back then? Like, what did it look like? Was it about the precision?
Magic. Precision lines, shapes, telling stories, making sentences, beginning, middle, and end, making an impact with the story. First, your presence too, and your emotions in your face. It express yourself accordingly to a performance. Be a high performance, soft and kind, dramatic performance, angry. Two emotions to range from.
And when sort of like Leah brought you to the balls, what was that experience like? Just watching people and being around them.
Phenomenal, wonderful, darling. I mean, I call pioneers legends that night. I started orgasm. I didn't know people were stars to me. I would like to be among them. In their presence, in the magic realm, in that moments. I had moments with them. Not just one, I had a few. After the late 90s, I had a few moments. The 1988, late 80s to the 90s. I had a lot of moments with them. Kristina Bizarre, Avis, Eric,
And so like from that moment of like you being brought into Ballroom and just spectating and just learning with Leah, at what point, so that was like when you were 13, then at what point did you start walking?
17 years old. I started walking, I've been more debut.
And what was that? What was that like? Like to be?
Oh my God, it's exhilarating, darling. She's a legend, She's the best. And I looked up to her too. I said, my God, but I had my passion and my drive to win. That's I beat her. It was no holds barred when I bowled. This is legend. It's beautiful, and I'm just starting doing the big tip. I had to do something. I had to do something to overtake a presence. Little me big over her, I was a little beanstalk. She's a giant. So I had to David and Goliath. So I had to make way.
So like when you slayed like Moldavia and you beat that legend, how did people like react to you? Was it
They
like
were so shocked. They were happy though. For me, if somebody knew if I got through for the talent and they weren't for the talent, it was fair and square. And
so
now,
was
and me,
Mhm.
me with David vote today, I would not win. She will win for politics.
Don't worry, Christina. We're gonna get to nowadays, and we're gonna talk about the politics. But then, so would you say back then it was just very much about the raw talent, like what you brought to that?
Always been talent. Always been about talent. Always been about talent. Your talent, your presence, your style, the way you look. You know, you put your package. It's about the package. You present yourself well. You sell yourself. You get bored. That's all.
And you're talking about like the package and like what you're bringing and what voguing is about, and it's about
Yeah.
like expressing that raw talent. What would you sort of say to someone who's still like beginner stage or a bit finds the stage a bit daunting? What advice would you sort of give to them?
Don't give up. Keep on pressing your craft, your movements, your precision, your lines, your moves over and over again to get it right. Don't rush it. Your moment will come when you're ready. All in due time. We have nothing but time. Don't rush.
I think I'm now going to set myself a target of like, okay, Christina mastered it in 4 years. Let me just practice for 4 years, and then I'll walk that stage.
No.
No.
I chose that time. That's my timeline. That's not everybody's timeline. It doesn't apply to everybody. That's my experience. Every experience is different. They master it in 1 week. It doesn't matter what time they master it. Just take your time with doing it in general. That's what I mean. It's just slowly you harness your craft. And that does take time, but harness it. Don't go out there half-ass. That's all. You'll pay for that.
No, that's actually really good like words of advice. Because you're right, like it's about just nurturing that talent, and if you have it, you have it, and it could be a week, it could be a year, it could be 2 years, but you're gonna get there. You just keep trying, right?
Yeah, keep going at it. Even if you master it, keep voguing. Never stop.
And
Never.
I remember just while we're on the topic of voguing, I remember speaking to Venus, and Venus was saying that like for those interested in Vogue fan, like they should learn the old way first, because the old way is the foundation for everything. Would you also say that as well?
Yes. It's finessing from the line to precision. The pose, the positions. It's a blueprint for all performances, dramatic and folk film. Always is the best way and the only way.
And the original way.
The blueprint of it all.
And and I just want to go back into like the history a bit. I know we took a bit of a detour about like voguing, but I guess my question is now is like who like being in the ballroom scene like in the early 90s, like when you first entered, like who used to go to a ball back then? Like what were the demographics like?
All black, Puerto Rican, some Asian, some white. They were a mixture. Always been a mixture, but mostly black and Hispanic. But the mixture came with the latest ball, late 90s, 2000. That's just trying to get mixed up. We had whites back then too, when 1 or 2. Now we have more and more now. Not just everybody. I'm welcome. It's a rainbow, and I like it. I'm glad to see different cultures and people and races in the ballroom community. Everybody stands for unity. So I'm happy for that. And the doors are open.
Yeah, exactly. Like it is really, really mixed now. If you compare the videos from like the 90s, and it is a good thing because more people are exposed to it, more people get to be part of it. So it's nice to see. And my other sort of question is around that time of like the early 90s, obviously like you were part of the House of Richards. But what were some of the like the popular houses during that period, and what were like some of the characteristics?
La Beza,
Mhm.
Adonis, Allure, Mizrahi, Ebony, wait. Pendarvis, Khan, Mugler, Miyake Mugler, so much back then. That's it. Oh, extravaganza. Extravaganza. They're a big part of the thing too.
Mhm. And actually, just while we're on the topic of houses, I guess my next question is like, what's
Richard.
Hmm?
Richard.
And Richards, of course, Richards. I guess like my next question is sort of like what separated houses from each other? Like what houses divided
Back then, it was talent. Also, back then, it was basically divided. The house family was all black. House family was all Spanish. But then different houses, different mixes. Bedard was mixed. Milan was mixed. You know, the Law was mixed. Mugler was mixed. But back then, there was the prominent houses were Ebony or Extravaganza. You enjoy either or. It was a powerhouse back then. Oh, La Beza. La Beza.
And so was there like quite a strong rivalry then between those like three houses?
Yep. Yes, sir.
And you mentioned you were part of like the House of Richards, but during this time frame of like the early 90s, mid 90s, were you part of any other houses? And like what did it mean to be part of those houses?
I was in 4. My first house was Richards. Second, oh wait, I forgot Infinity. My first house was Infinity. House of Infinity first. I love that house. Ross, may he rest in peace. My first original father. Then was Richard, House of Riches. Richard Richards, my second father. I love the house too, one family. And then I left the House of Richards, came with Mother Westwood. I was Mother Richards, but I became Mother Westwood on my own house. And then I left from Westwood to become a Tsunami. No, Chanel. That was 1 for 2. I love the house, Chanel. And then Chanel, then became Tsunami. No, Revlon. Revlon, then Tsunami. Then left Tsunami. Now I'm in the 7 Richards.
So there's quite a lot of houses there. And I guess my question is like when you were moving between houses, was that like a conscious decision of like, okay, I want to go to this house so I can develop this or grow here? What was it like making those decisions to
No, I changed the house because the time was changing, you know? It's time for me, I won 3 or 4 trophies, I'm with the next house. I'm a breadwinner. So I go to another house, win the bread for them, they go to another house. That was. I just let me grab Kristina over here. See over here. Over here. I go with the flow. I'm requested, I go. I don't mind.
And do you feel like in every house that you were in, like that family element and that growth element was always part of those houses, or was it?
No, only for people that were family elements that I joined the house was Chanel, Richards, and Finley. No offense to other houses. Okay.
Don't worry, I'm sure they won't take any offense. It's been like 30 years, right? So
it is what it is. It is what it is, darling.
So do you feel like because you were sort of like at the top of your game that a lot of houses perhaps wanted you because as you said, like you were a breadwinner, you brought in trophies?
There are a lot of trophies. A lot of trophies. A lot of trophies, okay? Yeah, they use me. I don't mind being used. I don't care. Unless I win.
And
Doesn't matter.
I guess like if you're winning trophies for them, I guess my question is, what are you then getting from those houses? Or like what do those houses offer you then in return?
Nothing. Just name. That's about it. A name to carry. And some of them have structure, so some structure. That's about it. A ground, foundation. They have foundations that I could use and the platform. So I use their foundation and platform at the time. My foundation platform that I adhere to personally and entwine with together, create my product performance. That's it. Yeah,
So-
but every house I joined, it's been a great experience for me.
And because you have been in like quite a lot of houses,
A few, not a lot, a few.
okay, not a lot. I'm sure there's people that have done like 10, 12 houses. So you've only done a few. I guess the question is like, because you have like houses to compare to, what do you think, would you say makes a good house or like a good house experience?
Richards. House of Richards.
And what was it about Richards, which like...
And the love and the bond and friendship of family. It's not unlike no other. It was unique. It was rare. It was real. It was raw. I can't put into words the way I feel about the house. I miss them. We still to each other to this day, but I miss the aspect of being Richards. The name itself has resonance. It resonates. In power. People knew about the house. Who grandpas. We always want grand prize as a house. Always. That's without a doubt. No one can argue that. When we were open and we were walking, we were winning. It was guaranteed. We were the ones to come for. We were the ones to beat. Amen. Hallelujah. Angel, Messiah, Mother Angel, Father Richards were the best parents I ever had. House parents.
And just as sort of you mentioning like, this is what makes a good house, it's that love, it's that commitment, it's that warmth. Would you say then
Friendship, bonding, yes. Companionships, you know?
And would you say then that like to be a good house mother or a house father is to exhibit those qualities then?
And to be structured. You must be structured within yourself. Comparing. I was a mess. I was structured. Now I am. But I was a good mother, regardless. I was a young mother too. I was young when I had my first child. But yes, you must be structured. Your own foundation must be strong. Your willpower must be, you must be stern, but lovingly. Okay, not your kids running around wild without nobody, any structure, any substance, any guidance. You see a strong figure of the structure, they guide them, they will come to you. You guide them well. So that's it.
And I guess like what I'm quite curious to know then is, would you say that like when you came onto the scene like late 90s and like through the 90s, and you mentioned like you were part of the House of Richards for a bit, which provided that comfort, that security, that warmth, would you say then that like throughout your ballroom period, from that period of the 90s, early 2000s, would you say that you walked into every ball with like a squad to support you?
No. Richards, yes. But I read the house, I read the ball, no. I'm by myself. I die by myself. I don't need a squad to come with me. I'm powerhouse by myself. I need distractions around me. I need to focus and a tap hand. I had sponsors, not squads, sponsors. But yes, my sponsors were private. My hair, my outfits, my shoes, $1,000 shoes, $1,000 hair, outfits. You know, they pay for that. But no, I did everything by myself. I need a squad to make me fab. For clout. Clout is me. I am clout. I'm a brand myself.
So it seems very much then that like, because you're quite independent and you realize that you could make a statement and you didn't need people to hype you up because you were your own hype man because you recognize you were.
I'm a greatest fan. That's like a seat because I know who I am. I know what I could bring you to the table. I know what I bring you a buffet. You're gonna choose your course. I'll bring you something small and narrow. I bring something broad to choose from. A broad spectrum of things to choose from. That's what makes it so different.
I guess my question is, like, because you were sort of like when you left the House of Richards and you were just going into these balls and these.
No, I didn't let the house closed.
Oh, when you the house.
Agent moved on. Something happened. It was something personal. Agent moved on. She gave me the mother title and gave Gable the father title. And then there was a little bit of friction. And I closed the house, Richards. I closed the house. The house was closed. Okay? I want the house to stay in good standing, not to fall in the crumble of the ruins and scandal. So to save grace and save the name, I close the house. The house, it's nothing but an Angel and Richard. So I made the right decision to say, listen, being a mother is not what you cracked up to be. It's very hard. I cannot do this. I need Angel and he's not here, so I'm closing the house. I closed the house. So I closed the house and came to Westwood. That was short-lived.
But you tried, so that's the good thing. So I guess like when the House of Richards closed, and then you were sort of like, yes, you were sort of saying you're very independent, you don't really need a squad, because you know your worth, you know your talent, you just come there to make an impact, to make a statement. But I guess like from like videos I've seen, like you have like for example, like I'll mention like Sanaya, and then I see videos of Sanaya and they have like a whole crowd like walking with her, like and was it ever isolating at any time though, like going into any balls knowing that it's just really you?
Yeah. Lone Ranger. I'm a captain of my own ship. Yeah, I was lonely. Of course. I would love to have a squad. Of course, who wouldn't? But there's a price to pay for that. I don't want to pay the price. I refuse.
And what do you think like the price was then, like to be part of a squad in those days?
Drugs, sex, and rock and roll. I don't want to be a part of it. No, sir.
That actually leads me like really nicely to my next question, which is like once people like step off the ball, like the ball's ended, everyone's going home, and then everyone's just going to their daytime jobs, etc. Like I know that this period, like the 90s, was very much characterized by like it was a hard life, it was about survival. Particularly like as a trans woman, like the support structures aren't necessarily in place.
No.
I guess my question is like what happens when the ball is over? What is Kristina doing now? Like what are people in the community doing?
Kristina goes home, back to her life. Deal with my trans issues, my hormone treatments, me getting make money, survive the next day. You people go home, go to their job, go to school, go to normal life. My trans women and trans men go back to the hard knock life of surviving. the streets. It was the daily struggle in the streets. It was hard, very hard. In the 80s and 90s, in 2000. Then the internet came on and you can go online. Made it easier. Thank God. But being in the streets back then was hard. And nobody came to our rescue, nobody came to support us, nobody came to do any kind of community service for any trans people. They still don't respect the name trans. They make mockery of us. Doing the the Facebook app, you can look like anybody. They're like, oh look, I'm a woman now. You make fun of us. It's not funny.
And I guess like when I look at Ballroom and like the immediate thing that I sort of first heard was that like there's a lot of like trans women there, and like people like queer people of color from low income communities. And so I assume that like, oh, trans people must be actively seeking out Ballroom because it's a really safe space. There's a lot of structure and support there. But what you were telling me was that apart from Leah, there wasn't really anyone else in your life to help you with that transition.
No. We went to Ballroom to spread the way our expression, for freedom of expression. It was a place we could express ourselves safely. That's the reason why trans go to Ballroom. Plus it's fun at the time. Now, for trans women, it's not so much fun. Let's do with a squad or something. And you pay the price. You're willing to pay the price to have a squad, and so be it. I'm not those that to pay the price, but you know, it is what it is. You dance with the devil.
So would you say then that like you were saying, like Ballroom and going to the balls, it was just about like that escape and just to express yourself. It wasn't necessarily that like there was a lot of support there, but it was just an outlet for you.
For me, yes. The Ballroom was an outlet for my feelings, my emotions. Tell my story, that's it. And then go back home. Back to my normal life. Whatever that is.
And just like a quick question, obviously I know you and pretty much everyone knows you for voguing, but were there any other categories that you experimented with? Or
our body, sex siren, runway, okay, realness. I walked in one.
I wish there were still videos of that because we can't find any videos.
No, they have them, no. There'll be VHS tapes.
We got to get someone to like translate that onto a CD.
They have them.
On YouTube.
They have them in archive somewhere. Somebody has them tapes. Caesar has them.
Okay, we got to apply some pressure onto Caesar. I'd be like, we want to see runway and sex siren.
Yeah. Chicago. I work in Chicago. Mark's born in Chicago. I wore all red. And one. I have my butt out.
So I remember you were telling me like how you were on top of your game like for quite a long time, right? Like it was like through the 90s, through the 2000s,
through the 80s, through the 90s,
through the
80s, late 2000s, yes. 4 decades, sorry.
And I guess like because like back then like there was probably only Ballroom in like maybe like New York, Philadelphia. It's not everywhere around the US, so there's less girls competing. And I guess my question is, did you feel any sort of pressure then to like maintain that performance every single time, like when you were at the top? Or were you just like, I'm not gonna think too much about it, just have fun?
I don't think too much about it, I just have fun. And I'm the best. When you're the best, you think about nothing but to be your best. And that's what it is. It is what it is. And that's what I conceited. But when you're confident, when you come from nothing to being something on your own, which I did on my own, by myself, you have the confidence that it's everlasting. and the conviction to win or lose. So then you always win. Even when you lose, you still win, because you learn from the loss. Remember that. If you lose, you still win, because you learn from the loss.
And I guess like when I just think of your performance now, I've noticed that like a Kristina voguing video from 1992 looks the same as it is in like 2009 and 2013, because your performance is so unique and it's timeless and it's classic. Did you ever feel like because I know, for example, like the mid-90s when like dramatics was coming up, or did you feel any pressure or like desire to change up your performance or your style?
No, never have, never will. I don't have to. I'm the blueprint. Why should I? Why should I? And it's good. Mine is good. My mama and grandma always told me, leave well enough alone. Leave well enough alone. So I leave well enough alone. I'm well enough. I'm well enough. So I leave it alone. I'm a classic. When I change the classic.
You're right, and I think like you are a blueprint, and people can try and emulate and copy you, but those spins that you do, it's really hard to
never. If they do it, kudos. Good job. If they do a good job, that means you master the element. But master the element, you can do what I do. The main course of the meal is cunt. C-U-N-T-Y, cunty. If you do cunty, you can vote.
And like, how did you feel towards like the other styles of voguing that? Like, how did you feel?
I loved it. I loved it. Loved the variety. Loved the dynamics, the spectrum of it all. I love it. I do some dramatic. I do some dramatic stuff in my voguing. You do closely. I do it slightly. I incorporate some dramatic moves in my performances. I'm doing all dramatics. I just incorporate some moments I have. But I love it. I love the diversity of Vogue. I love it's supposed to be diverse. Diversity of the bone, diversity of music. Everything must be diverse, or it will fail. It will crumble. It will disappear to the best. It's no diversity. It would be redundant, you know?
And was there anyone like in the scene during that period where you got really, really excited to battle them, or you were like, oh, if I battle them, they're gonna bring the best out of me?
People, every competitor that I both against, I was excited to fight against them. They were good. They were the best at the time. And here I come, my haters. I have to make a statement. I can't wait for the bigger death. You know, here I am. I had to prove to them once again that I still got it. And they're younger than me. So I had to come in my old ass on the floor and compete with some young girls and win. And then I did. Okay, I was excited. Leomi, Sanaya, Alyssa, all of them. Mia, voguing with her. I was excited. Me was the best. They're the best. So I was excited to play with the best. Who wouldn't be excited about against Sanaya, Alyssa, Leah, Leomi, and them? You be like, wow, you know, I was a fan of them. I'm a fan too, you know, like, wow, I'm going against eyes that click on her video too. Here we go.
Oh, yeah, just to sort of about that, like I've noticed that whenever you're performing, like you're always smiling, and like even when you're doing a thing where you're moving across the floor, like on your back, and you're just having fun with it, and it's just so good to see.
I'm happy. I'm a happy person in general. Voguing is the best place for me to be in. You know, I'm respecting myself. I'm an introvert normally, but my voguing, I'm an extrovert.
Just to another sort of, as we're moving, we've sort of spoken about like the 90s, and again, like there's so much in the 90s and that period that we can talk about. So again, we can't cover everything, but I think this is like a really nice insight, and I'm sure you're gonna have lots of opportunities to talk about in more detail in other places. So I guess my question now is, I know that like the 90s is seen as the golden era. And it's sort of, when I see the golden era, I'm like, oh, okay, well, what went wrong like afterwards? Why was the 2000s not always also a golden era? And so I guess my question is, what changes did you see from the 90s to like the 2000s?
80s was really being with unicorn, but it was really magical. 90s was explosive. There's a dramatic Vogue came in. It was the evolution of Vogue. And they had money back in the 90s, that was fine, but it was little money, 500, 700, not so much. But in 2000s, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, it became ridiculous. Because money comes with corruption. And it corrupted the judges, it corrupted the whole scene. It changed the dynamics of the ballroom. It wasn't fun anymore. You go in with your outfit that you pay for, your hair that you pay for, and the bus ticket you pay for, the plane ticket you pay for, whatever you pay for. And you go there for a category, and 9 times 10 categories get a call, so you lose out. Or the categories get a call, you walk, you lose out. If the person is a girlfriend, her girlfriend got 3 judges on her side. She already got 3 votes on her pocket. But they split the money. So you don't win. It's unfair. So I walk. You understand what I'm saying?
And do you feel like what you were sort of saying now, a lot of people were also thinking that as well? Like, did the people also?
Yeah. I'm not the one. It's the same voice. Being screamed. Change the scene. You guys are carrying on. Stop the politics. Stop the corruption. Change the panel. Stop naming your duties. The word Judy is the new orphan in 2000. That's not Judy. That's not Judy girlfriend. My Judy. Judy is, it's a corrupted word. You my Judy, you're corrupted. No. Not fair. I said, I'm a throw a ball. I have thrown a ball, yeah. I threw it before, but it wasn't my ball. I'm a throw a ball for the girls and the boys and make it fair. And the judge, the only judge, I'm a judge, it'll be 4 judges. Not 8, not 10 or 11. 4 judges, that's it. Two men and 2 women, that's it. It has to be legends or whatever. 4 people that I trust. It'll be 8 judges in total. 4 for first half, 4 for second half. Yeah.
Why are there so many, like, something I've always wondered is like...
I don't know, and I don't care. I don't know, and I don't care. It shouldn't be how many judges, it's ridiculous. It should be 4 judges. That's staple in any competition. You have 8 judges. Unless you do it for World Olympics, yeah, different countries, judging. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, then the judges number will be exceeding. We go worldwide competitions, yes. We local, local, no, come on now. 4 judges, that's good enough. It's a waste of time. You can focus. And the task at hand, running the ball efficiently and smoothly. To me, I'm about efficiency and convenience. When I throw a ball, I want convenience. I want my fans, my people to be convenient. Convenient when they come my shows, my party. The boy is a party.
What do you think about because people are saying that like LSS takes way too long and then
no, make it short. Just call out 3 people at the moment. That's it. Let's move on. Oh, you let them call you out. I see you in the body call you. No. You should call that person, the 2 people that are hot at the moment from the last ball, last statement, call them out like yesterday's news. Bring them up to current event. That's it. These are people that are embarking right now. You are embarking these people at the moment right now. I see. I'll do that as that's my ball. Well, listen, these people that I see who I think should be noticed right now, you gotta take heed. This guy is put me a vote. Vote for him. Performance, runway, face, and body. That's it. Call five people who will put me up the category. That's it. Call them out. That's it. Learn from these guys. Move on to the categories. That's it. This is the category called for. This is people who's walking. This is the other list. Let's go. But the 5 blueprints of the categories. That's it. That's how I do my LSS. I'm calling out every legend, microwave legend, every microwave goddamn pioneer, but no. No way. No. I don't give accolades to people in microwave, so I can do that.
I love the phrase microwave legend.
Hello? Chicken popcorn, throw in the microwave, darling.
And also
I'm all about talent. Like Naomi, she's a legend. She's not a microwave. She's not a microwave legend. She's a legend. But the others, I'd be shocked. Wait a minute, this person just came. Wait a minute. What impact this person did? Okay, we go from this person, you let this because he call you as a legend, you're a legend because he call you out. No, that's not how it works. No. Wait a minute. Did you do the work? Did you vote? Did you win? How many times you won?
I think I've had that criticism quite a lot about how like they're just pretty much handing out legendary status now and it's lost its meaning.
Quick, too quick. They haven't earned the badge. Honor, it's an honor to be a it's blood. Man, I'm glad I'm the people's choice to be legend. I didn't ask to be legend. People made me legend. No, people made know me legend. As a man, people made her legend. And when people made you legend, that's legendary. That's fab. Now, you microwave legend, that's not fab. People, you're a kiki. You're kiki at the same time. You're kiki to me, honey. And I am going to look down on you. I'm sorry. I'm not going to respect your title or your status. To me, you need to earn it. Earn it first. Then respect it.
So what do you like, because just looking at like stars, statements, legends, icons, like what makes a star, what makes a statement, what makes a legend?
I don't know what that means. I really don't know, and I really don't care. We never had that before, really. We don't do it. I don't know why they had that. I don't know why. Maybe people feel like they have a place. So let them have their little place, whatever. But to me, you are or you aren't. That's it. You're up and coming. That's a statement. You're a star. It means you made your impact. You're a legend. You solidify. That's 3 things I think of. No, icon, pioneer speaks for itself.
And
but I don't know why I keep doing that. I don't know why. It wastes so much time. I'm not doing that, my boy. I'm doing the blueprints of the category that this is one way, this is bold, this is state, this is body. Now these people represent the category that you see. Then take notes. Let's move on with the ball. That's it. Make things so much easier.
I have a question actually. I hope you don't get annoyed at this question.
No, go ahead.
So just speaking of shade and politics, there's like this one video and it has like 130,000 views and it's the 20th. No, I'm gonna go to that one, but this is another one. It's the 2013 Coldest Winter Ever Ball and it's you versus Naomi. And people were saying that it was shade and politics at play because like it was given to you because you're an
You are biased. You have no
No, no, no. It was shade when whip her hair in my face. No offense, Naomi, I love you. When she whipped her hair in my face, I had to stop her from doing that. But when I stopped her, they got mad at me and said, "We can't do that, Kristina." And I was just told her to put her hair in my face. Then after that, we started voting. And Ashley, she likes me. If you have a judge, if I make an impact on one judge and they like me, I can't. That's not my fault. It's not my. If they look for me and not you, that's not my fault. And that's shade. It's facts. If you vote like I do, then you get the accolades I get. It may go for you the way they go for me. Ain't my fault. Naomi has her stance on her fans. No, I don't get mad when she has her fans. I don't get upset. I say it's shade. She has her stance on her fans. Then so be it. They go for her. They go for her. Good for her. I prefer her. But my one understand. My one understand. They get all upset when everything's a bucket. It's shade. Favorites of Kristina. No. And when it comes to my name, it's shade. When it comes to me, it's shade. There's no shade in my. I don't throw shade. I'm a fucking icon. I don't need to throw shade. My performance speaks for itself. The judges speak for themselves. I see Kristina. She said it. I live for Kristina. I live for Kristina. Kristina. She's saying it. I live for Kristina. They live for me. I cannot stop that. And that's shade. It's facts. You can't argue with facts. I did not buy them. I did not pay them. None of my girlfriend, that's not my girlfriends. She's my friend. All of my friends are not my friends. They're not my girlfriends. They're my associates, you know? They like me. All of them like me. They like me as my performance. I'm the old way. Always beat the new way. Always. It will always beat the new way. It will always beat it. It's fact. The blueprint, you cannot defeat the blueprint. You cannot do it. Unless you blueprint yourself. Let God against another God. That doesn't work. If you mind a God and I'm a God, it's not gonna work. You get crushed. And then I showed that she got crushed. I got the money.
I think I'm just really glad that I've now been able to like see your thoughts on it, because even though that was like what 8 years ago, people are still commenting. And
I don't care. They can say what they want. I don't care what they say. They can swing it because that's a fan. They can do it, slosh it, regurgitate, whatever. Fact is, my performance may be boring to you, whatever. But some people don't see my boring performance. People love my boring performance. They choose my performance or any day over her performance. And you cannot change that. You cannot change people's minds on that fact. Fact is fact. I did not pay the judges panel. Our performance spoke for itself right there. I was soft and gun. She was jaw all over the place. And it shows my soft and gun performance over her dramatics performance. And you can't, it's like oranges and apples. I don't know who can't see that. So
I think you're right. Like it is just about like two different styles.
Yeah,
and the judge prefers one style.
The old style over the new style, and it's no shade. And the old style is the best style. It started with us, so people always pick the one that started. Always. The one that know better will pick the one that started. Okay? And she won numerous times. You grab because she lost one? Honey, get a grip on yourself. Give it a break.
To all the people that are still commenting on that video from 8 years ago, now you no longer need to comment because we're moving on from it.
Yeah. I understand why you guys are still commenting on that video. It is what it is. It's apples to oranges. There's no shade. And I'm not a shady person. I don't grasp a win on being shade. I don't win because I never want something out of politics. I want something because I earned it. I earned my win that night. If you can't see that, then that's your problem. Your problem, not mine. So keep on commenting, darling. Tap and keep banging on your keyboards all you want. I'm not responding to any of your comments over there. Say what you didn't want. I don't care. I won. You can't take that away from me.
And on that note, I want to move on to another incident.
Okay.
And I know that you were also keen just to speak about it. And yes, like it's an old video, but it's from like 2009, but it does encapsulate everything that we were talking about, like the impact of money in the scene, the impact
Yes.
of girlfriends on the panel, politics, shade. And I was hoping you could just tell us a bit more about the Ginger Mizrahi incident.
Oh. Wow. Wow. Let's see. But that young man with the wig on. It was performing in DC for $5,000. Didn't go well because the ball was they had a fight. They had to stop the ball. They didn't finish the category. Instead again for $5,000, open to all. Female performance $5,000. She changed the aspect of the category. She allowed it to be open to all for female figures. It was legendary performance first, which she had in DC, and then she opened up to female figure in New York, Brooklyn. It was unfair. But I'm a competitor, I don't care. I like more competition anyway. It makes more glory for the money. Come bring it on, bring it, bitch. Come on, let's go. So I walked that night. I slayed one by one. Each competitor that came my way. Until I got hit to him. Between drags, he had butted me. And when he had butted me, I looked around and see they disqualify him. You're not supposed to touch somebody when you vote. It's absolutely no touching. It should be no touching, period. And so with that being said, I let it slide, but then that got to me. I said, wait a minute, they didn't do nothing. I said, I'm doing something myself. If you never do that, I'm doing something. So I went and grabbed him by his hair and jacked him down. I wanted to beat him up, but they jumped me. Mr. Hudson jumped me, punched me in my head and everything. Nobody stopped that. So after that, it was a horrific night that night. It was unfair. It was a setup. Every contestant that won was doomed to fail. But they beat it for him. And I understand why they allow him to walk the category. Why they open it like that? What's the shame? That one was mine. Anyway, after that night, I'm retired. I said no more. I'm not allowing myself to be subjected to be assaulted like that ever again. That was traumatic for me. I'm gonna cry.
And I know you were saying, like you were saying how like in the 90s, or well, like just in your career anyway, like you always came into spaces like really independent, like really strong. You didn't really need a bubble. But I can sort of like see in that video like how isolating it can be. Because I think I remember seeing you, like you were hugging Selvin and just crying into his shoulder. What were you sort of telling Selvin in that? Like, was Selvin just reassuring you?
Kristina, you are a legend. You are a bitch that we can fuck this temple.
Okay, Kristina. It's okay. I understand. Kristina. Don't worry. You'll be okay. I don't want to go home, Kelvin. I want to go home. Let me go home and go home. I don't stand around usually. I walk and go home.
But I think the one thing that you do have, which Ginger Mizrahi and anyone else who does try you, whether it be on a panel or because they're part of a squad or someone else, like they cannot say they're a blueprint. They cannot say they're a pioneer, right? And that is something that they can never take away from you. And yes,
Never.
they can take away the grand prize, but they can't take away
me.
impact.
No. And it's a shame that I can continue to share my gifts with the bowling scene because of that incident. I would love to, but I can't. It was too traumatic for me. But I did work afterwards. Got that $2,500 to get me.
And you got the money there, so it all worked out.
Yeah.
And I think, like, even though, like, I know the New York scene, especially now, like, even like Niambi was commenting on it, like, it's very shady and it's very like politicized.
Nasty. It's nasty.
Mm.
It's nasty. It's dark. It's gritty. It's meth filled, drug infested, corrupted politicians, nasty people that hold on to something that's not there. New York City needs to revamp, restructure, and reface the whole thing. If they allow me to come in there, I would clean everybody out. Start fresh. Oh, you guys are garbage. You treat the government like they're roaches. You guys are nuclear. You ready active. You cannot be with us. You taint the rest of the community right now. You have to go. Clean yourself up. Then come back. Start fresh. I'm serious. Start fresh. No micro legend, no talent being given. Just the talent. Just come through the door. Talent. More talent. That's it.
And because I know that like that's been like a criticism for like a few years now about like where Ballroom is and how it should be. Who do you think, like, I know you said that you're ready to go back there and clean it up, but who else do you feel like in this scene should be taking that? Is it like the mothers of the houses, the fathers of the houses, or
all mothers, Naya, all the women. It takes a woman to do the job. Excuse me. Tanaya, Lissa, I'll take Leah, Tanaya, Lissa, all the top of mothers, and we'll get the city committee, and we'll build the ballroom scene from there. All of us can do it. Only the women. There'll be no men allowed. For now. It's male dominating the scene. It's a mess. Can't you tell?
Honestly, even though my only interaction with Ballroom is through YouTube and like Ballroom throwbacks, I can tell.
It's a mess. You need to experience it. You need to go a ball. Wait with summer. I need to get in contact with somebody. I have an idea. I keep saying their name. With my Bible. It'd be great to go ball with them. It'd be shocked.
And it's gonna happen, and I'm really, really excited to see that. And I think like what you were sort of saying about like where it is now, and I remember like looking at the comment section of the Ginger Mizrahi incident, and the comments was sort of saying like, this is why the femme queen icons don't come out, this is why the girls don't come out anymore, because the disrespect shown.
Yeah.
You agree with that? Like the respect is just not there. Like respect in Ballroom.
No respect, none for the girls and the trans men, none. We a joke, but we the ones that DC fighting for your rights. We the ones that lobbying for your rights. We the ones getting arrested for your rights. We the ones that thrown in jail for your rights. We the ones. We come out of jail, you walk the streets more happy because of us. You gotta get married because of us. You get the rights because of us. Us. We black and brown trans women are the strongest people I ever known. Because of us. And you don't respect that? How dare you? How dare you? You should be ashamed of yourself. Did anybody taught you to respect your elders and the ones that paved the way for you? Oh my God. Just vomit.
And I think like, a big issue as well is that people don't even know the history, right? Like they don't know the history of these blueprints, these pioneers. And I remember there was this video, it was like a latex ball LSS, and like Alyssa came out, and Alyssa is obviously like a blueprint, and yet the crowd watching were just dead, right? They weren't showing the respect and the cheering that they should show because they just don't really know the history.
Right? You don't know her. No. She said more about her and explain who she was before let her walk out there like that. He said, "Oh, let's start." They're like, look at her, who's she? That's it. No. You break it down. No. She's the one that this, the hands, the feminine, this, that. Find the icon. This. I would do her justice. No, I love her. No. That hurt me. It paid me to see that video. It goes to show you where respect is at. But it never happened to me though.
Don't worry, the next ball you throw, Kristina, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna book myself a ticket and
Yes.
get the front cheering.
I'll put you on the panel.
Really?
Yeah. You're unbiased. You be my one judge that's unbiased.
Do you know what? I am there. I will literally fly myself there.
Yeah.
Too.
You're unbiased. You're unbiased eye. And you're pure. So you'd be great to have on the panel.
I appreciate that.
People like you, I look for to be on my panel. Unbiased eye. Yeah. And they're hard to find. Very hard to find.
And I think that point that you were saying about like what is it gonna take to like take Ballroom forward in the right way, and like
they need to get rid of everything. Start from scratch. Break down the building. It's damaged. It's a broken down. Keep putting bricks over holes that you can't fix it. It has to be broken. It has to be knocked down. Knock that structure down and rebuild it from scratch. And start fresh, new leaders, new everything. We need to revamp. We need to get rid of the old leaders. They're not doing their job. I'm not ashamed to say that. You guys are carrying on. You're supposed to be elders, you're supposed to be pioneers, you're supposed to be legends, and you allow this thing to run amok. And these are your kids, your son, your daughters and sons. Get them in check and get it together. So I have to come in here and cause buckets. I'll bring a team with me too this time. I won't do it by myself. I ain't foolish. No, I'm not gonna be foolish. This time I'm coming with my squad. My squad will be strong. These fools, they're fools. Running this thing.
I definitely agree that like when you were saying that it was like Black and brown trans women that even paved the way for us. And I think like it would be great to see like you, Sanaya, Alyssa, Leah, again, like take up that position. Because
I'm grabbing. Yeah. I'm making a few phone calls. First of all, my board first, and then I would do the one with committee. If they still care about it, I still care. So if I had the passion, I call Mika too. Mika, they had the passion. Bring it to the forefront and let our voices be heard. Let these male-dominated voices overtake our stance in the ballroom scene. We have to stay too. We're united as a voice. They have no choice but to hear us. We say, I say, and soon it's gonna be we say, it's time to change. And change means done now. We look like fools to the rest of the world right now.
I remember when I was speaking to Nyambi and I was like, oh, like what can the ballroom scene in Europe like do to like keep like do well? And Nyambi was just like, keep doing what you're doing because what you're doing now is how we were in the 90s.
Okay, you guys are great. Stay that way, please. Don't change. I'll come out there and walk your balls. Hello guys, it's me again.
Do you know what? Once I have more money, Kristina, like when because I'm only like 22, I will fly you out myself and I'll get a venue and we can do something magical.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. Very nice. We was shocked too. What the hell's going on? Kristina here? Yeah. Focus to unicorn ball. Come on, guys.
I think even now, like people are like, how are you able to speak to these icons? Like, how are you getting in touch with them?
Don't tell them nothing. Don't tell them nothing. It's your power. Keep that in your pocket. Trust me, keep it in your pocket. Continue on doing what you're doing. You're doing great. But keep that power in your pocket. People want to be shicey, be corrupt your stuff. Don't let them in, please. Just say, I do what I do. That's it.
I'll just be like, yeah, I have my connections.
That's it. That's it. My marriage is dying.
Okay, I'll try and wrap it up quickly. I guess like just something I want to know now is like how is Kristina 2021 just doing now in general? How
I have
is
a job at Amazon. Yay. I started working since the COVID pandemic hit. I worked for almost a year now. I go welfare. I'm happier. I'm sedated. I dealt with my mental issue of bipolar and take medication. I'm an HIV survivor, cancer survivor. I have breast cancer. I'm a survivor. I survived that. I'm a survivor, period, darling. I'm strong. Okay? I know very well.
And
I'll be 48 in July.
you don't look 48.
Thank you.
And is there anything that you would perhaps say to your younger self, or like Kristina when she was in like 20s, or
I woke up a long time ago. I was so naive, so oblivious to so many things I was younger. I believe anything I was younger. I believe you said a master's in my pocket, but where? I believed it. I was so naive. Yeah, especially when it comes to men. If I knew I would probably, but you know what? I wouldn't change a thing. I'm here where I'm at right now because I experienced what I experienced. I'm glad. I have a job. I'm stronger. I'm smarter. You know. So no, I want to tell Kristina. The only thing is don't be so naive, girl. Wake up, Kristina.
I feel like everyone around that age is like naive,
Naive, yeah.
And dating and everything. So you're not alone in that. And I guess my final question is like, in the same way that I'm watching videos of you like doing an interview in 2010 with Luna, or like voguing in 92, like people are going to be watching this video for like decades to come, hopefully, as long as YouTube doesn't close down. So I guess my question is, I guess my question is, like, what do you want the world to know about Kristina Richards for years to come?
That I did it my way. Everything I did it my way. On my own terms. I didn't sell myself short. Never. I did things my way and never sell for a price. You're priceless. Your talent, your ability should not be for sale. Ain't no means necessary, because fame doesn't necessarily mean you need to be on a special and big screen. Fame comes from yourself. Fame is in the ballroom and real people. Go to ballroom. Ballroom is the best way to get fame. Go strive to be the best. Don't falter, never wave. Okay?
That was some really, really powerful words, actually. And I think it's even more powerful because of like, you've shared like your own journey, and like even the words that you just said now about like staying true to yourself, recognize your worth and your talent. Like we've seen that even just in videos of you. So I just want to say like, thank you so much for like agreeing.
Okay, thank you.
And yeah, make those phone calls that you have to.
Yeah,
fix the scene, have your own ball, have fun with it, right?
I will. Thank you. I'll keep in contact with you, okay?
Okay.
Later.
Bye.